Inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. Good afternoon, everyone. We're about to get started with some Saturday NBA action brought to you by 2K Sports. With Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and Allie LaForce on our sideline, I'm Kevin Harlan. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You take a look at the Celtics. They reside in the 7th slot right now in the early part of the season.
And I think for Boston, they've looked decidedly average here in the early stages of the season. And that's shocking when you consider the kind of success they're coming off from a year ago.
Well, it's easy for an elite team to be a little complacent at this point. And that's when your star players need to lead by example and pick up the effort level and the intensity.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Dynamic duo of Brown and Tatum at the 3 and the 4.
Here we go.
Pritchard and White are their guards. And it's Queta in at the 5 spot. And for Minnesota, the big men on the floor for him, Randall and Gobert. Guard and off guard, filled by DiVincenzo and Edwards. And it's McDaniels in at the 3 spot.
Well, DiVincenzo enjoys working inside. He can be appropriately aggressive in the paint.
Pass to White, stolen by McDaniels. And now Randall pushing it up, and no one back to stop him. And Randall throws it down.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Here's Pritchard. We saw him with 10 points last game. Just 4 to shoot. The Celtics need to get a shot off. And that one's good. Tatum. Stan, when you have these back-to-back games, it must force you to alter your approach a little.
Well, Kevin, you got to manage minutes more carefully to not burn guys out. But really, if you can get the first one, it takes a little pressure off the back end.
Gobert, and that's good.
With his giant frame, Gobert sets a good screen and then just pivots into open position.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Tatum deciding where to go with it. He's off on that one. Randall with some nice D. Pass to DiVincenzo. Back to McDaniels. Here is Edwards. White covering. Clock at 6. Randall from outside. The rebound by Queta. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. 4-point game. This their first chance to take a look at the Timberwolves this season.
And really, this is a team that expects to beat everyone when they step on the floor, but they were only able to split the series last year.
Yeah, this is where it comes down to specific matchups and style of play. Sometimes you have a difficulty with a team that shouldn't be on your level.
Now Brown, after Anthony Edwards missed from long range. Pritchard passes to Queta. Tatum against Randall. Puts it up. Tatum no good.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in. Don't even try to defend that. What a move, Julius Randle.
What a great look here at this tremendous move from our AT&T Connected Cam point of view. And so it's Pritchard with it. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. Trailing by 4. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
Tremendous poise on the offensive end. Overall, they did not settle for bad shots.
No, you're not going to lose many games shooting the percentage they did. That takes a disciplined effort.
DiVincenzo finds Randall. Timberwolves passing it around. And taken away by Brown. And finished off by Brown.
And Brown is lethal in the open floor. Once he has a step on you, it's over.
Greg, Anthony Edwards is full of confidence, and it's beautiful to watch.
And rightfully so. Ant can do it all on the floor. As complete of a wing as you'll find in our league.
The Celtics have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. That doesn't go either for Brown. Minnesota's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. It's stolen by White. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That's a clever choice by White. He stays with the shot to ensure he gets the whistle.
And to look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Timberwolves.
Well, I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
You also have to admire how they've challenged the defense inside, getting a lot of points in the paint.
And the first one drops. I know some would classify Derek White as underrated. Stan, what's your read on him?
Well, Kevin, I would say he was underrated for a long time, but now I think we've all gotten smarter, and we all realize Derek White is one of the best guards in this league, period. I don't think he's underrated anymore, and I just think it took us a long time to catch up with how good he is.
Now, here's DiVincenzo. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Here's Edwards. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on White. Well, Coach, we know there's a lot of expectations tied to a number 1 pick. And sometimes they fall flat. But that has not been the case so far with Anthony Edwards.
Oh, it sure as heck hasn't, Kevin. But I think it starts with Anthony Edwards welcomed the expectations. He wanted the expectations, and he has pushed himself to play to that level on a nightly basis, and he's done it.
And Edwards drops them both. Hey, Stan, how about the Boston Celtics? Back-to-back 60-win seasons.
Well, Kevin, winning 50 is a great season. 60 wins is simply incredible. We have lots of regular seasons where no team wins 60. Credit Joe Mazzulla, his staff, and players for keeping this thing rolling.
Timberwolves have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. DiVincenzo, the bounce pass. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That is his first foul of the game. Randall against Tatum. Shot clock at 5. It's Randall with the drive. Over Tatum. Another miss by Minnesota. And the Celtics with possession here. White the pass to Brown. Back to White. Now here's Brown. They set the screen. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Brown's got 6 points.
Well, he's been very efficient in this quarter. Keep getting him the ball.
Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
I caught up with the head coach from Minnesota. He was really talking up Derek White, especially the job he does defensively. Coach said, for my money, Derek is the best defensive guard in the NBA. He's long, he anticipates actions, and he can protect the rim. I can't think of another guard who does what White does. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you once again, Allie. Randall with the bucket.
Well, Randall doesn't back down from physical coverage. In fact, he welcomes the challenge.
Now Brown. 6 points for him. Outside Tatum. The 3. Minnesota with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
He hasn't been at his best this quarter. I'd like to see him be a little more patient right now.
Now here's Randall. His last outing, he had 24 points. Edwards can't hit. And so Brown will bring it up for Boston. Pass to White. Pritchard with the screen on Edwards. White the pass to Pritchard. The shot will not fall. Great D that time from Edwards. And McDaniels, here we go.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Minnesota's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Back to Edwards. Shot from the top of the key. McDaniels outside. And they take the lead.
Well, look, you want to put your guys in a position to succeed. McDaniels is more comfortable operating off the catch than he is initiating.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. Some changes for Minnesota. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Randall. Joe Ingles comes in for McDaniels. And it's Conley in for Dante DiVincenzo. Chris Boucher's checked in for the Celtics. And Fernie Simons comes in for Pritchard. Boston trailing. Simons with the ball. He's certainly been a consistent piece for their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. It's Brown on the wing. Boston again missing. Minnesota shooting just about an even 40% to start. Conley kicks to Reid. Pass to Ingles. Just 5 on the clock. Reid gets the bucket. And it's a 5-point Timberwolves lead.
You don't want to leave Reid any space out there. He's an efficient three-point shooter.
The Celtics shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. Boucher with a screen on Conley to the paint to stop the run. And the dunk by Boucher.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He's one of the best in the business, absolutely. Now here's Edwards. A 20-point game for him in the win against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Reid with a screen on Brown. Edwards drawing the double team. Reid the pass to Edwards. 6 on the shot clock. Over Brown. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Back to Tatum. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Well, they desperately need him to get going offensively. He's got to refocus and just start taking better shots.
Now here's Edwards. And he's currently averaging more than 26 points a game. Such a force. Reid with a screen for Conley. Fires from way outside. The rebound by Queta.
Yeah, and you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And Fernie Simons cut his teeth under Damian Lillard. And C.J. McCollum stand. Some pretty good manners.
You aren't kidding, Kevin. And I think going up against those guys in practice every day, watching them every night, and being another guard who has to score the ball, he couldn't have learned from anybody better. And Anthony Simons now a tough guy to stop.
And the first one at the line is good. And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Well, a new ownership group taking over for the Timberwolves, but there remains a commitment to continuity on the basketball side. And while creating a replacement for the league's second oldest arena is a priority, they made it clear their commitment is to remain in Minnesota.
You'll love to hear it. All right, Shams, we thank you for the report. Now here is Conley. His last outing, he had 8 points. Simons against Conley. Now here's Simons. He's guarded closely. Brown inside the line. Count that as his 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Boston.
Well, their coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
On top of that, they're creating turnovers and taking advantage by converting on the offensive end.
Randall no good. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Simons finds Brown. In the corner, Tatum with it. And he's good on the three ball. Now it's a 4-point Boston lead.
Watch out. Tatum's going to stretch the defense all over the place if he's knocking down threes from the corner.
Minnesota's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Pass to Ingles. Reed with a screen for Ingles. Outside, Reed. The shot's good on the assist by Ingles. Reed's got his second bucket tonight.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
32 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Queta, guarded by Reed. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. "19 seconds left to play here in the first. Outside Conley. Pass to Randall. Over Boucher. Jaylen Brown has been leading the charge for the Boston Celtics. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We've got more in store for you right after this. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
So for the Timberwolves, their last game a win against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
Yeah, that kind of performance on the road really speaks to their preparation and mental fortitude.
Randall and Reed holding down the post spots. Dillingham is out there with Conley, and it's Ingles in at the small forward position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. Now White, following the miss by Michael Conley from deep. He gets it in there. And that's now 6 points for Derek White.
I like how composed White is. Even with the contact, he stays locked in.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Outside Conley. Pass to Dillingham. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Well, the Celtics shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. Here's Garza. Good on the three-point shot. Garza's got the lead up to 6 now for Boston.
Well, it seems like Simons is always keeping his options open, always willing to make the pass instead of taking the shot.
Here's Dillingham. Light covering. Pass to Ingles. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Ingles has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Yeah, and when you're hit, you gotta hit back.
A bit of a duel going on between them. Came down the floor looking for immediate payback.
Now, here's Boucher. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. 4 on the clock. Here's White. Off target from outside.
Yeah, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Randall passes to Reed. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Reed's got 8.
Not easy inside there for Reed, but he made something happen.
Pass to White. He doesn't hit that one. Reed with the defensive effort. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey, well, the Celtics have a great 1-2 punch with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Tatum said JB always starts the game really aggressive. I'm a naturally laid-back guy. I kind of see things out first, and then I can essentially take over when I need to. We have found that balance. Back to you, Kevin.
A dangerous duo for sure. All right, Allie, we appreciate the report. And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Pritchard, he's checked in for Boston. Here's the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been fantastic from three-point land in the last 10. Fifth on the list, the Celtics.
Well, this has been a hot three-point shooting team, and it starts with their passing, moving the ball to get quality looks.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for Boston. Offensive struggles continue, missing again.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Timberwolves passing it around. Randall no good.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
A shot by Pritchard, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Dillingham, no good. Boston has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Back to Pritchard. Pass to Minot. Outside, White. And he uses the glass on the layup. White's got it all tied up now for the Celtics.
Well, listen, White doesn't fear anyone inside. He wants to get down low and cash in.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. And timeout called by Chris Finch. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Some changes for Minnesota. Clark comes in for Joe Ingles, and Anthony Edwards subbed in for Dillingham. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Boucher against Randall. And the layup falls. Randall's got 8. So, Greg, you played in the league over a decade. What's the toughest thing about being a pro basketball player?
Lots of things. To me, it's just keeping your spot. Every year, there's just so much talent coming in. So holding on to a place on the roster, and that can be as difficult as anything.
White, good.
And the length of White is kind of surprising. He's got about a 6'8" wingspan, and that helps him down low.
Here's Conley. He has yet to score. Over to the left wing. Randall against Boucher. 5 to shoot. Clark for 3. Boucher with the rebound. Boucher's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And White with the stuff.
Hey, sometimes it's your night. White's number keeps getting called, and he keeps coming through.
So it's the Timberwolves now, trailing by 2. It's Edwards on the wing. And stolen by White. Pass to Minot. They get it back. A second chance effort. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. Minnesota shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. that one falls for Mike Conley. You know, Stan, even at this late stage of his career, Mike Conley brings tremendous value to the team.
He sure does, Kevin. And look, we know this. No one brings more discipline and professionalism on a nightly basis. He keeps this team poised. He keeps his team organized. And he's a great mentor to the young players on this team.
The Celtics have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. White, a screen on Randall. Tatum kicks to White. No good on the triple. Minnesota in the lead. Conley scanning the floor. Pass to Randall. Randall is doubled. Out to Edwards. No good with the triple.
Well, his team has the lead, but this has to be a bit of a concern for him. The shot isn't falling, and it's been a forgettable night.
Here's Randall. Rebound, Boston.
Yeah, not his best night in terms of shot selection. Lucky for him, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Back to Pritchard. Pass to Brown. Julius Randle with the rebound. It's a close game here in Minnesota. Edwards with it. He's picked up by White. Here's Randle. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Randle's got 4 points in the quarter.
Man, he is so tough to move inside. Randle going to work on the offensive glass and gets the score as a reward.
Now, here's Brown. A 17-point game for him in the win against Detroit.
Yeah, but it wasn't just the scoring. He had a bunch of assists, too, affecting the offense in so many ways.
And this is how Randle likes to operate, taking it in to the defense over and over again.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Minnesota. Then for the Celtics, Garza's checked in, and it's Simons in for Derek White. Celtics trail by 5. Tatum with a screen on Edwards. Simons, the pass to Pritchard. Simons kicks to Brown. Pritchard from outside, and it's McDaniels with the rebound. Timberwolves have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the second quarter, just under 50% shooting. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, he's going to have to watch himself now. It's a little early for that second foul.
Minnesota making a switch here. Reed's checked in. Celtics on D. Great positioning on the putback. Now it's a 7-point Timberwolves lead.
And you gotta box out Gobert or he will make you pay on the offensive glass.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And here is DiVincenzo. Pass to Reed, and Tatum over to help. McDaniels kicks to Gobert. And finished off by Gobert.
Yeah, Gobert making good on the threat of his height and length. Just hammering it down.
And so Brown will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. 7-point differential. From deep. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got 4 rebounds in this game. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Reed against Brown. Just 5 to shoot. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. Here's Reed. Offensive rebound. Gobert the pass to Edwards. And that one drops. 6 points for Anthony Edwards.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Celtics trail by 9. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's the screen. It's stolen by Gobert. Here's DiVincenzo. Pass to Edwards. Here's Gobert. And the wide open shot from Reed. Drills it from outside. Reed's got the lead up to 12 now for the Timberwolves. Boston's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%. But they've continued to let him fly. Now, here's Simons. Here's Tatum. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Now, Gobert. A 20-point game for him in the win against Oklahoma City.
He was also a force as a shot blocker, racking up 3 of those.
And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. And a look now at the Boston Celtics' upcoming schedule. On Sunday, they'll be matching up with Darius Garland and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then on Tuesday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the New York Knicks.
And you know for that match.
Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible. Well, right there, DiVincenzo feels out the defense and scores it himself.
And good depth for the Timberwolves. It can be challenging sometimes, Stan, choosing who plays and who sits.
Well, Kevin, that's the kind of problem you want as a coach. But they've traded away a lot of draft capital to assemble this roster. Now it's about paying them to keep them together.
Edwards finds McDaniel. And stolen by Tatum. Here's Keita, defended by Gobert.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Well, it's all due to his energy and effort, as well as how well he's been able to get ideal positioning on the glass.
So Coach Van Gundy, after 4 Defensive Player of the Year awards, his last coming in 2024, do you think Rudy Gobert has a chance at another?
Well, look, Kevin, I think Rudy continues to play at just as high a level defensively. But now as the game has changed, I think we're starting to reward guys with those awards who can not only protect the rim and make it tough on teams, but can go out on the perimeter and guard multiple positions. So I think it'll be tough for him to get a fifth.
There's 45 seconds left to play in the first half. Pass to DiVincenzo. It's stolen by Pritchard. And he banks in the layup.
And there's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set, and you can get some easy baskets here.
.34 seconds left now here in the second. Edwards passes to DiVincenzo. A clear look for Reed. Rebound Boston. Brown's got his 4th rebound in this one. Outside Tatum. Here's the screen from about 19 feet. That one, no good.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
And so it's Minnesota. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll get you back to the action after this break.
Greetings, everybody. Before we review the first half, let's take an early season peek at how the Western Conference is shaking out so far.
I think for the Timberwolves, this team wants to do big things, Shaq-sized things. And I got to say, they're looking almost as dominant as Kenny.
Easy, big fella, but I got to say, they are making it look easy, here in this early part of the season at least. And going back now to that first half, you could say things are going extremely well for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
The difference in this game is they're extending possessions.
Yeah, frustrating the opponent with second chance points. That can wear a team down physically and mentally.
And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Nice game. Great performance by Julius Randle.
In those first two quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Reminds me of the good old days. Feed it to the big and let him work.
On the floor for Boston, the wing pairing, it's White and Brown. Down on the block, it's Tatum with Queta. And it's Pritchard in at the point. Brown the pass to Queta. 6 to shoot. For 3. Cash money, Brown with the tray.
And over time, we've seen Brown ease into accepting more responsibility on offense. He's now a dangerous scorer.
Back to Edwards. Latrey. The rebound by Queta. Queta's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Tatum against Randle. Out left to the wing. Back to Tatum. It's stolen by Randle. One-on-one here. Edwards can't hit. Celtics trail by 8. Pass to Tatum. Stolen by McDaniels. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And Edwards slams it in.
Well, look, you can't let Edwards get this close to the rim because he will dunk it on you.
Boston with the ball. 90 seconds now into the second half. And here's Tatum for 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Tatum's got 10 points.
Look, he's the kind of player that has you awake at 3 a.m. asking yourself, how do I stop them? They've had a quiet start to this half, hitting just one of their first 4 attempts.
Brown the pass to Tatum. Back to Brown. Pass to Queta. Clock at 6. Here's Pritchard. Off target with his 3.
Well, that's what the defense has to do. Make that shot as uncomfortable for him as possible.
And the call will be against Julius Randle. That's his first foul. Edwards against White. To the inside. Stolen by McDaniels. Randle outside. Pass to DiVincenzo. And here's Edwards. Gobert the screen. 5 on the clock. Pulls from the top of the key. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Not stopping that. Gobert from there is right around 100%.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. Let's see some of the numbers here for Jaylen Brown.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
Edwards against White. Pass to Pritchard. Celtics passing it around. Here's Tatum. Randall with some nice D.
And they continue to control the glass.
McDaniels dishes to Edwards. Randall kicks to DiVincenzo. Back to Randall. To the middle. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Over Tatum. Randall no good. And so Brown will bring it up for the Celtics. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Tatum with a screen on McDaniel. Brown against McDaniel. Brown, no good. Timberwolves leading by 9. Over in the corner, Edwards. Bucket, Edwards, slotting home the 3.
And a quiet first half from distance. Didn't even try a 3, but now he's 1 for 2 from deep in the second half.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Tatum against Randall. Here's White. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. 14 points for Derek White.
So much control from White in the mid-range.
Gobert with it. 8 points for him. Back to DiVincenzo. Three-pointer, Randall. They get the rebound. Stolen by Tatum. Over Randall. Got that one, and the Minnesota lead has been cut down to 8 on the bucket from Tatum.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey guys, Jason Tatum keeping the main thing. He said there are players that get caught up in the lifestyle and they choose that over the game. The money is a plus, yes, but I truly love the game because I love basketball, not for the things that come with it. Kevin, back to you.
You'll love to hear it. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. Pritchard against DiVincenzo. Pass to White. Left side, Brown.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Randall with the bucket. And now a 12-point Timberwolves lead.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Pritchard feeling it out a bit. White bangs home the trifecta. White's got 17 now.
Well, we've seen an uptick in volume from White at the arc. He's more confident than ever from that range.
That's good from Randall on the assist from Edwards. 16 points for Julius Randall. Here's Pritchard. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Pass to White. Tatum with a screen on Edwards. Here's White driving inside. The rebound by the Timberwolves. To the paint. Stolen by Tatum. McDaniels against Brown. Pritchard passes to White. No good on the 3.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Edwards finds DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo with the screen on White. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. The Celtics making a switch here. Simons is checked in. Randall against Tatum. Fires it up. Out to Edwards. Sinks the triple. Edwards got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for the Timberwolves. Celtics trail by 14. And a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. Rudy Gobert is improving his perimeter defense as well, Greg. It's helped his overall game.
Yeah, teams have looked to pull him outside and test his lateral quickness. But I tell you, he holds up better than you think, and we know his presence at the rim.
Now here's Edwards. He's got 15. And they call an illegal screen here. And now let's turn to the 2K leaderboard for a look at the squads that have the most points in transition over the past 10 games. The Timberwolves second. In fourth, the Celtics.
You know, I don't think we're going to see a shot clock violation in this one, fellas. I mean, both of these teams play at a breakneck pace.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for McDaniels. And it's Conley in for Dante DiVincenzo. Here's White. That's a basket. His 8th from the field, 8 of 14.
Yeah, we've seen White's confidence as a scorer grow over time, which is why he stays aggressive when he catches fire.
Timberwolves leading by 10. Outside Conley. Back to Edwards. No one near Randall as he lets it go. And the 3 off target. Boston's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Edwards with it. He's picked up by White. Edwards, no good. Celtics trail by 10. Up top, Brown. Edwards defending. Here's Tatum, and it's Boston with another.
Well, he's put that first half behind him, and looks like his confidence is back.
For Minnesota, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the third quarter. And here is Conley. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Pass to Edwards. Misses the 3. For Boston, they've gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut down to just 6 points on the bucket from Tatum. Here's Conley. Outside Edwards. Ingles with the screen for Edwards. It's good from long range. Edwards got 11 points here in just the second half.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Simons against Conley. Now, here's Simons. Guarded closely. Pass to Tatum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Randall. Julius Randle with the rebound. Timberwolves leading by 9. Conley kicks to Edwards. Edwards downhill. At the elbow, Randall. Back to Edwards. From the arc. Edwards with another miss. And so Simons will bring it up for Boston. Tatum against Randall. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got his 18th rebound here tonight. All over the place. Conley kicks to Gobert. Edwards against White. Left side, Edwards. Over White. Edwards can't hit. Celtics trail by 9. White, good. White's got 9 points in the quarter.
I like that from White. Attacking the heart of that defense.
.30 seconds left to play in the third. Now Conley. Randall finds Ingles. Back to Randall. Outside Edwards. Shoots over White. White with the defensive effort.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for the Timberwolves. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great passer.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Randall and Reed holding down the post spots. Conley out there with Dillingham. And it's Ingles in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Boucher against Randall. From deep three-point land. The rebound by the Celtics.
Might be time for a little different approach. His shot hasn't been falling here in the second half.
And it's Brown missing. Timberwolves leading by 7. To the left wing. Dillingham with it. Pass to Randall. Looking to get back on track here. And Randall throws it down.
Tonight has been all about Julius Randall. He is scoring at will. They should keep going to him.
Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Randall grabs the board. Randall's got 7 rebounds in the game. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Timberwolves.
Well, you got to love their aggressiveness on the offensive glass. They have just refused to give up on any of the plays.
And another place they're finding success is in transition. They've been working hard to get ahead of the defense and find those easy ones.
Ingles, the bounce pass. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And, boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
Here's Simons. Shot's good. Brown making the play. And it's 6 points for Anthony Simons.
So quick. Simons using that burst to get to the rim.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Conley against Pritchard. Launches it. And Boston with the rebound. Brown's got 7 rebounds in the game.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
There's the pass to Brown. And the dunk by Brown.
Well, I'll tell you, Brown gets off the floor so easily.
Now here is Conley. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here, we're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Celtics trail by 8. Here's Pritchard. Boucher with a screen on Ingles. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And, guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Minnesota making a switch here. Edwards is checked in. Celtics also with a sub. Minot's checked in. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch was going over with his team. He told them, no time to celebrate. The work is not finished. We've got to stick with it and keep growing what we've got here. Words of wisdom for his squad. Back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in.
Come on, back it up, man.
And stolen by Simons. Inside. Rebound, Minnesota. Edwards got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Reed. Boston grabs the miss.
Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
Pass to Pritchard. Over Conley. A shot by Pritchard, no good.
Familiar results for him. He can't get anything to go.
Edwards gets to Conley. Back to Edwards. Over Brown. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. And so it's Pritchard with it. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Simons finds Pritchard. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That free throw good from Pritchard. The Celtics making a switch here. Cade is checked in. Both free throws good from Pritchard.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Reed with a screen on Brown. For 3, Edwards. A shot off that time.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
Simons, the pass to Boucher. And it's off from three-point range. Over in the corner, Randall. They need this one. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, this is how difficult it is to stop Randall. When he's committed to scoring, sometimes you just have to foul him.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him.
Well, you look at Julius Randle, his stats over his career. He's a forward who chips in different ways. An excellent passer for his size.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. McDaniels comes in for Dillingham. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Both free throws good from Randall.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
The 3 from Tatum. Tatum drills it from distance.
And he's finally getting the feel from beyond. His second 3 of the half right there.
Boucher against Randall. Boucher with the rebound. Celtics trail by 5. Outside Tatum. For the 3. Connects from three-point range. Tatum's got 22.
Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
Yeah, it's normally the defense that fuels a comeback, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
A shot by Pritchard, no good. Timberwolves leading by 5. Right wing. Three-pointer, Randall. Rebound by the Celtics. Tatum's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Simons, he's checked in for Pritchard. Celtics trail by 5. Outside, Simons. It's White on the wing. Puts up a 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. He's got 24.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Now Randall. Boucher defending. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
No stranger to getting to the line. Randall had a chance to draw a foul, and he made sure the ref saw.
The first free throw is good.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Jaylen Brown's checked in for Boston. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls.
Down low, and finished off by Gobert.
A nice wrinkle in Randall's game. He can make that crucial extra pass when the opening is there.
And so Simons will bring it up for the Celtics. Tatum on the wing. Oh, Tatum finds a way.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
DiVincenzo gets to Randall. Outside Edwards. McDaniels a screen on White. 5 to shoot. Three-pointer Randall. It's hauled in by Brown. Brown's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Pass to Tatum. Julius Randle with the rebound. Randall's got 9 rebounds now tonight.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising. It's such a tight game.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Well, talk about a guy who gives you exceptional effort. Derek White is always watching the floor for gaps he can fill, places he can make a difference in the game.
Boston making a switch here. Pritchard's checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Well, White is such a well-rounded player. He can run the offense, act as an off-ball threat, he sets screens, and he's an all-defensive team-level player. He checks a lot of boxes.
For Boston, they've gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth.
And hustle like that is why he leads this team in rebounds tonight.
Double digits for him on the glass. He's getting it done.
Minnesota with the ball. They lead by 1. Randall with a screen for Edwards.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Pass to White. In the corner. Tatum with it. No luck that time in the shot that would have put them on top. The Timberwolves shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Brown with it. McDaniels picks him up. Now here's Tatum to take the lead. Rebounded by DiVincenzo. Now Randall. Now DiVincenzo. He did the 3.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's his 5th foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He has decided it's the right time to talk. The Timberwolves leading. Here's DiVincenzo. Now Edwards. Now DiVincenzo. Pritchard rips down the rebound. They are right on the brink of taking the lead.
This is an absolutely critical juncture in this game.
Good work there as it goes down.
He's been in a big spot or 2. Get it to NBA champ Derek White.
Minnesota with the ball. Here's DiVincenzo. And here's Gobert. Outside Edwards. And there's the three.
Well, this is what he does. A proven scorer in the clutch.
.152 left in the fourth. Tatum against Randall. Oh, that is a big-time jam.
Well, he's never fazed by those big moments. Tatum with a big hoop right there.
And so Edwards will bring it up for the Timberwolves. Now DiVincenzo. He puts in the J.
Wow, that was a big make from DiVincenzo.
1:33 left to play here in the fourth. Randall against Tatum. White outside. Beyond the arc. McDaniels pulls it down. Timberwolves shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Now Gobert. Oh, and he cannot get the layup. White down low, working on McDaniels. No good. Here's Minnesota. The lead is 2. Knocks down the three.
Wow, these are the moments that Edwards lives for. He is dynamite in the clutch.
The Celtics shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%. Now Brown shoots the three. Gobert there for the rebound. And so they foul intentionally. He gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
Perfectly done at the stripe there. That brings their lead up to an even more comfortable level.
And here are the Timberwolves. Big stretch here going 10-2. Big time move inside.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Good on the first, and that'll push the lead to double digits. And Edwards drops them both.
And you can wrap this one up. Great job to stay cool at the line and finish it off.
Outside Boucher, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And that about wraps it up. And for all of us here at the table, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and our terrific sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us tonight. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Rudy Gobert.